Bonsoir! I'm Mademoiselle and ça c'est deuxième Chanel Nguyen. Welcome to another Haitian Vodou Storytime. For those of you guys who are not aware, I've been doing a series on different churches that I've been to and my different experiences. So make sure you guys go check it out. I'm going to link it down below, or just peep the most recent uploads and you will see it there. I need y'all to go engage and like those videos, or else I'm just not about to spend my time doing them. Those videos take a lot more time than just doing a sit down KrikKrakCOZ or Voodoo story time. So if you guys are actually interested in that series, I need you to go back, like, engage, etc. However, for this video, I still decided to spoil you guys with another Haitian Vodou story time. Now, to be quite honest with you, I debated telling the story. I feel like I've told maybe one or two in the past that had a similar theme, but I don't want y'all to think, "Ubaka manger spaghetti," right? Or that you can't eat at other people's houses, even though, let's be real, like a majority of Haitians have adopted the philosophy of not eating at other people's houses because of people doing weird shit with certain food, but especially spaghetti. So comment down below, what if your parents told you about eating certain foods at people's houses or eating at other people's houses, period? Because I know growing up, I was always never to eat at other people's houses, to the point where it got me in trouble because I wasn't eating at families' houses. I wasn't eating in neighborhood people's houses, and they would go back to my parents and complain and be like, "Oh, les respectants, les fréquents, ils pas manger manger, blah, 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 blah." Like, I don't really give a fuck. I'm not going to eat your food if I don't know you. Like, that's just me. I don't just eat anything. Even at a party, I'm really picky at what I'm eating unless I'm starving or I really know the people that's throwing a party. Like, I'm not just going to eat anywhere. While you're leaving your comment down below, if you guys are interested, we're trying to get my nonprofit LakayRo up and popping. LakayRo serves as a Haitian and Afro diasporic dance company serving underprivileged kids and adults with dance services. We are trying to come up with money to secure the space for our 2026 dance season starting in September. If you guys would like to donate, everything you need is in the lovely QR code. If you guys are not aware, this is the second channel. We do have multiple channels. Everything you need is, again, going to be in this lovely QR code. For those of you guys who are patrons, investors, or on the memberships, I see you. I love you. Thank you so very much. And you can always be a patron with just $1 and a 7-day trial to look at everything before you lock it in. Or you could just join the membership. Dive right in. When I'm not posting on here, I'm posting on one of those other platforms. Shout outs to those of you guys who have taken the extra mile to follow me on Instagram. I have so much more different content on there. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Let's get straight into the video. It is no secret that eating spaghetti at a Haitian person's house is something you should never do. I almost never eat spaghetti anywhere other than the people that I know immediately. I have to know you over 10 years to eat the spaghetti at your house, okay? And part of it is this story right here, right? So let's just say this story takes place in the United States, right? We're gonna name the main character Josh, all right? Let's just say there was a guy named Josh. I'm not gonna say what part of the states that he lives in. Maybe he's in Jersey, maybe he's not, right? And Josh had got with a girl. We're gonna name her Ruth. Oh fuck, was that her real name? Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. All right. Josh and Ruth. Okay. Josh and Ruth they were cute. I ain't gonna hold you. They were a real cute couple. They were real cool, whatever, real young. They were younger than me. And I remember Ruth was like a just come. Now, just come means basically just came to the United States, or like we used to say fresh off the boat. Listen, this shit's hilarious, bro. Like, damn, kids are so mean, but she was fresh off the boat. She was a just come. She was a gorgeous girl, though. Like, I'm telling you, gorgeous. I'm talking about like gorgeous, like really pretty. Like all the guys wanted to be with her. Like she was a very nice girl as well. But I'll never forget, there were some people that I knew that knew Ruth, and I'm like, oh my god, like, you know, they would bring her up, she would come up with conversation, or we would be at a bar, we'd be at a party. I'm like, oh my god, like she is so pretty, and they'd be like, girl, be careful. I'm like, what? Like, careful with what? They're like, be careful. Like, she be doing this. She be throwing spells. She be throwing magie on niggas. Like, that's how she get all her niggas. I'm like, it's giving hater. Like, it's giving, like, literally, I was like, it's giving y'all mad that she pretty and she getting all the niggas. Like, what is y'all talking about? It's like, no, like, don't nobody give a fuck about her. And they just, I don't know, like, they was having a whole round table talk about how she's evil. She throws spells. The only reason she's able to keep a nigga is because she's modeling them and all types of shit. They was literally trying to say, like, she was related to mermaids and La Sirene, and I was just like, I don't know, but she's gorgeous. Like, I'm not gay, okay, but I love a pretty girl. And she was such a pretty girl. And I'm like, I don't know. And this is the thing with me, okay? Understand, I'm that person. I'm the person where everybody's sitting there like, oh, I hate this bitch. Da da da. She's horrible. I'm like, she's nice. I don't see the problem. You got to really do something to me or have like a really, really test of moral character for me to be like, yeah, I don't fuck with you without even knowing you. So I was just sitting there like, I don't know. I think she cool. Like, I don't see the problem. So eventually, me and Ruth actually became pretty cool. I wouldn't say we were the best of friends. I don't even really have contact with her now. But especially after this situation, I was like, yeah, nah, I don't have time. So long story short, Ruth ended up getting with this boy named Joshua. Right now, Joshua, I guess everybody liked him. I ain't see the hype. I ain't see the hype with Josh. Josh tried to talk to me at one point. In some way, somehow, that became a whole thing. I ain't gonna hold you. I still to this day. Okay, let me get to this. Let me get to this. Right. So Joshua and Ruth were a thing. I'm telling you, like they was so close. They was inseparable. Okay, they were inseparable. Everywhere you saw Ruth, you saw Josh. Everywhere you saw Josh, you saw Ruth. Like it was a little weird, but I mean, I guess it was cute. But also, Josh was beating down my DM. Okay, Josh was always in my face. Josh was always sending me messages. I never understood it because it's like, bitch, you with Ruth. She's a pretty bitch too. You don't need me and Ruth. Go to Ruth. Like I never understood that, but he was always in my DM. I personally don't even understand how he got my number. I ain't gonna hold you. Some way, somehow, he got my number and he was beating my phone down. And I'll never forget because Ruth got so mad about this, bro. Ruth got so mad one day. Before my message to Facebook. Okay, Ruth sent me this message and she was like, oh, su pa kite neg mwen o repo. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Like, if you don't leave my man alone, I'm gonna do this to you. Whoop de doo, bitch. Like, we could go ancestor for ancestor. What you think this is? Like, I was so confused because at the time, right, I wasn't privy to all the knowledge that I am now. Okay, and there's still so many things I don't know, but death back then, I didn't know shit. All I knew was ancestors. And I'm like, nigga, God gonna protect me. Ancestors gonna protect me. Fuck, we could go ancestor for ancestor. We gonna see who God's favorite is. Like, I'm not afraid of you. I don't even want your nigga. She was adamant. I don't know what it was. She was adamant that I wanted Josh. I never understood this. And this has happened to me at least 6 different occasions. And I don't know why these niggas like to lie on me because the niggas that like to sit there and say that they've been with me or we had a thing are niggas that wouldn't even be allowed to fucking hold my hand, let alone be with me in any capacity. Like y'all niggas are below barrel, bottom of my shoe. Don't got no education, no class, no common sense, no money, no, like I don't understand. And it's the fact that these bitches be believing it for me. My thing is not even you accusing me of wanting your nigga. It's the fact that you believe that shit. You believe that I would lower myself to be with a nigga like that. The fact that you lowered yourself to be with a nigga like that is crazy. So let's get into Josh, right? Josh was a hoe, a broke hoe that ain't had shit. Okay, broke hoe, running the streets, ain't had shit. Literally, to this day, I'm not going to quote that Josh. Yeah, Josh actually might be locked up. Back in those days, like this was like high school, college. Yeah, like I was, I fucked with some bad boys. I fucked with some boys I had no business messing with, but they had something. Okay, they had something to be gained. That man ain't had nothing. I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a nigga named Josh that don't need me. I would never be in that nigga's face. Okay, so I was just like, girl, like literally we ended up falling off because she kept accusing me of wanting to be with Josh because Josh was beating down my fucking phone and my DM. I blocked him. He would get other numbers. I don't know what that was. I don't know what was going on with that. I remember some of my Haitian friends, like especially like the ones that like came directly from Haiti, they were like, yo, maybe like she did something on him in some way, somehow he ended up liking you instead of her. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know much about that shit. I really don't care. I don't see why she would do a love spell on him. That's very like when I'm telling you that girl is pretty. Like if she did a love spell on him, I'm just like it's giving insecure. It's giving like weird. Like why would you do a love spell on him? Like that shit never registered in my mind. Like for me, I was just like I think it's a little strange. It never really occurred to me, right? So whatever. I kind of stopped talking to both of them. Eventually, one day I blocked Josh, and he finally stopped making different numbers to contact me and different Facebook accounts. And of course, I would hear about them through the grapevine. So one of my friends, we're just gonna name her, I don't know, Aurelia. That's such a fucking shit I think. Aurelia comes to me, like Aurelia used to have all the goddamn tea. Okay, Aurelia, one day I see her and we just chopping it up. We decide to go eat or whatever, and she starts telling me about how are on the rocks and it's been this and that all this crazy shit but they finally officially broke up because apparently, okay, Joshua had gotten like world sick, and he ended up losing his job, losing everything, losing his house. Like literally, like he got sick and basically everything went downhill, and basically Ruth left him because he ain't had shit. My personal perspective, he never had shit. But I guess the shit that he had was enough for her, but it was never gonna be enough for me. That's another story for another time. Okay. So I was just sitting there like, oh man, that's kind of crazy. Like, So of course, me being me, I go and I tell my mom, like, yo, you ever heard about that couple that like this is the thing. Everybody knew about Ruth and Joshua, right? Now, they didn't really live directly in our neighborhood or anything like that, but like everybody knew about them. I forgot how. But like it Haitians talk. And my mom was like, c'est parce que l'Allemagne spaghetti, ah oui, it's spaghetti à l'Allemagne. And I'm like, what? That's when I found out. Okay, this was years ago. That's when I found out that women be putting period blood in their spaghetti to trap niggas. And I said, excuse me? She was like, yeah, people do it all the time in Haiti. That's why I keep telling you, don't eat at people's house. They can do it in anything, but mainly spaghetti because it's easier to hide the blood that way. And I was like, that is absolutely disgusting. Yo, I remember when I first heard it, I wanted to throw up. Like, I was like, She was like, I thought I told you this before. I'm like, you probably did, and I probably forgot. Because I remember there's probably 2 or 3 stories she's told me, okay, where she talked about, yeah, they put blood in da 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 da. And I'm like, ew, this is disgusting. So I probably tapped out. But ADHD is a bitch. I really have bad memory. Okay. Ask anybody that knows me. I have really, really bad memory. So maybe she did tell me and I didn't remember, but I remember that day I was just so grossed out. I was like, that is so disgusting. And what would be the point of that? Like, Ruth is a very pretty girl. My mom was like, yeah, that's how a lot of Haitians are. They don't give a fuck that they already have you or that they're pretty or that they have the most money or whatever. Some Haitians or some people in general, they're just selfish. Like, they just want all they can get and they're never going to stop until they get everything that they can get. So I don't know why she did that to him, but he definitely ate the spaghetti. And I'm like, well, how do you know it was spaghetti? And then my mom starts telling me how basically she's cool with some people in Josh's family because she be buying stuff from them. And basically they were saying that the reason, or right before Joshua got sick, that he had went to Ruth's house and he ate some spaghetti. And his family was giving him flack for it because it's like, what the fuck, are you dumb? Like, you're from Haiti and you don't eat spaghetti at a woman's house. Like, why would you sit there and go do that? Like, everybody knows that. And he was just like, I trust her. What would she do to me? We've been together for this much amount of time. Like, she wouldn't do that. Like, that's just dumb. And they were just like, they were really getting on him about it. And he got upset, obviously. He didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until one day he got super sick, like vomiting profusely, sweats, diarrhea, everything. He ended up going to the hospital and they basically said it was just a stomach bug, right? But everything got progressively worse. He lost a massive amount of weight. And due to him being in the hospital, he eventually lost his job, lost his car, lost his apartment. I mean, I will say, right, I guess by then, he finally did have a little bit of something, but at the time he ain't had shit. So, I mean, I ain't gonna hold you. He did lose everything, all right? He ended up losing everything, and then Ruth ended up leaving him. And I'm like, maybe that's a coincidence, though. I'm like, he could have ate anything that gave him some sort of virus or infection, and apparently that's what it was. Apparently the doctors claimed it was some sort of random infection. They didn't know where it came from. I don't even believe they gave it a name. I ain't gonna hold you, but they just said it was could have been, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. It could have been like meningitis or something, or hepatitis. It was something. It was something really, really like serious. And he was in the final stages of it. And it was like, y'all, like, he was on his deathbed. He did end up recovering because here's the tea. I completely forgot to mention this, but from what I understand, he tried to break up with Ruth. Okay, I forgot. I think Ruth cheated on him or something. I remember it was like a little scandal. Like, she cheated on him, and then the dude went to go tell him that basically he was fucking his bitch. It became this whole thing. He tried to break up with her. Ruth went then and did that spell to make him sick, and then obviously she left him, and she tried to use the excuse of, well, you don't have anything for me, and you're not getting your shit together, bitch. You're the one that made him sick and made him lose everything. So that shit didn't make any sense to me. I guess the rumors proved true and she was just a crazy ass bitch. Because what? Like, I don't know. His family was not playing that, okay? His family saw that Ruth was fucking crazy. They didn't really like Ruth. From what I understand, they thought Ruth was bad news, but I personally think that they didn't like Ruth because of all the rumors that people were spreading about her. But at the same time, I do think there is some merit to it, right? So the family wasn't fucking around. They went and they took Josh to a practitioner all the way up in the Zile, like far. Like, I'm talking about another state. I don't know if they could have went to New York, but I feel like they went all the way to Florida with him. Like, long story short, they took took him over there and they made him drink something, right? Now, this is the thing. The whole thing with the spaghetti situation, it could go really well or really bad because it's still considered a form of a love spell, right? I have only heard of maybe 3 stories where someone ate something and this happened, right? So basically the person, okay, the practitioner was asking Joshua questions. The family already briefed him on the situation, and literally the guy took one look at him and was like, yeah, nah, I see what's going on. Gave him this random little sippy potion situation, and he drank it, and within minutes he is vomiting black, okay, just black. And in the black is like these little particles, okay, these little particles that are swarming around, like, just, oh my god, that's so fucking disgusting. Like, he is just like literally vomiting for the rest of the day, all right? And immediately the next day he felt better. He was normal. There was no more infection. They took him back to the doctor. All the tests ran clear. So, I mean, when I heard that part of the story, I ain't gonna hold you. One thing about my mom, she like Fox News. You gotta fact check. So I went to go ask my friend, Aurelia, if she knew about that shit. She's like, oh yeah, everybody's talking about it. Yeah, Joshua went to blah 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 in this state down in Florida, and yeah, he was vomiting up the little things. And I'm just sitting there like at the time, that's so funny because at the time, like, I was so like, oh, y'all motherfuckers is crazy. But like now, it's like if I would have heard that story, I would have been like, wow, just taking notes of stuff. Like, it's so crazy how things change. But nonetheless, Joshua did get better. If I'm not mistaken, Ruth is still out there. I can't even tell you where Ruth is, what she doing, who she dating. I can't even tell you. I came across her on Facebook not too long ago, and I was like, oh, she's still so pretty. Like, probably Ivana. Like, she got some glamour magic going on, maybe. Like, cause I remember people used to always sit there like, she not even that pretty though. And I'm like, that's a bad bitch. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think she's really pretty. But nonetheless, be careful who you befriend. Be careful who you eat with. Even if they are your boyfriend or girlfriend, it's up to you to see if you really trust them or not. Do you think that they would put a spell on you? Do you think that they would try to harm you in any way and putting a spell in their food? I think it's a little batshit. I think it's a little extra. I think it's a little crazy, but people do it. Okay. People do it all the time. That's why, especially as Haitians, we do not just eat at anyone's house. A lot of the time, like, it's crazy because most of the time in Haitian culture, you're going to be offered food. And not taking the food is a sign of disrespect. So for me, I always just take it with me and toss it later. Or I just say I just ate. Like, I'll be like, oh, fact manger, I just ate, so I don't want any food. But for the most part, it is common in our culture, right, to exchange food, to feed our neighbors, to feed our guests. Like, it's a very big thing, but you can't just eat anywhere. Only eat at places that you 1,000% trust, with people that you've known for an extreme amount of time, because I guarantee you shit is going to get really, really bad if you just go around eating any and everyone's food at every given moment. Okay, you can't just eat from anyone. With that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys peep the QR code or peep the description box for everything that you guys need. Again, we do have multiple channels. We have a membership on this channel and the main channel, and we have a Patreon, free Discord, so many things, okay? Always scan that QR code, peep the description box. Make sure you guys smash that like button, smash that hype button, and or leave a comment. Just engage with the video so that I'm not feeling like I ain't doing shit. Thank you so very much for being here. If you guys donate to LakayRo, thank you so very much. I can't wait to see you guys in any future classes if you are in New Jersey. With that being said, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all next time. Bye!